Hi guys, today's going to be a video talking about the old story versus the new story, and it was a requested video. This was from one of my LOA Coaching Darling members, Drew, so thank you very much for requesting this. And yeah, the video is all based around the points that you made and the requested video that you wrote about. So letting go of the old story is what I'm going to be talking about, focusing more so on the new story and giving you guys some applicable and actionable tips on how to actually do that. If this sounds interesting to you and you'd like to hear more and like to see more manifesting videos from me, then please do thumbs up and subscribe and turn on the notification bell, which is right here just below the screen, and it would mean a lot to me and it would let YouTube know as well that you really enjoy my content. And I do offer a few extra bonus content, I guess you could say, in the form of my LOA Coaching Darling membership, which is $2.99 a month. You'll get extra bonus content that isn't released on my overall public channel, like polls, engaging a little bit more with you guys, and also an exclusive monthly Q&A video. So if that sounds interesting, you can sign up for just $2.99. I also offer coaching, so if you want actual one-on-one help talking about your circumstances, your manifestation, and getting advice and tips from me on how to achieve your manifestation, then you can sign up for coaching with me as well. Now, let's start the video. The old story ties into your negative memories, negative events that have occurred, and the so-called facts that you think may be true because you experienced something, a conversation, perhaps an SP or somebody in your life said something, and you took that as a fact. Well, if they've said this, this is the conclusion I've come to, logically in my mind. And if something especially has repeated itself several times in your past, then you're definitely going to consider it to be like an objective fact. The thing is, when it comes to your 3D circumstances, there are no objective facts. It's your perception and assumption. If you reject something negative and you say this isn't real in my reality, this person or this situation is actually in this positive light, and these are the actual facts, everything will start to shift to reflect that and show you that this new assumption you have is actually the truth. So really, the old story is just coming from past experiences that you've had in one way or another. It's all about turning those assumptions and repetitive thoughts you may have about it, whether it's I'm not good enough for this job, I will never be able to lose weight, my SP won't commit to me, whatever assumption it is you may have about your old story for your manifestation, you want to really just turn it into a 180. So I have videos talking about how to literally flip the story around, and one of the main pieces of advice is literally turn into a 180. That's the simplest way. Directly go to the root and say, well, this is what I believe about the situation, and for everything in your mind and externally to shift, just say, no, SP is committed to me. I am good enough for this job and I have it now. I've already lost the weight because it's super easy for me to do. Turn it into the literal opposite. So to create those positive new beliefs, you're really just turning the old story around, turning it on its head, like I said, doing a 180, and then you're going to start creating those new positive beliefs that completely counteract whatever negative assumption or memory you have from the old story. And that's the key and kind of the initial step you take in getting rid of the old story, letting go, as I said, and as is probably in the title of this video. You're letting go of those old assumptions because you're literally telling yourself the opposite. Repetition is your best friend, so you really want to get focused on being consistent, self-disciplined, and it doesn't have to be a certain amount of time. I always try and reiterate to you guys that, there is no rules. You don't have to sit for 30 minutes in a go. You don't have to do affirmations 15 times a day. You don't have to sit for 5 hours. Do what works for you as long as you are able to predominantly focus on that new version. So repetition is your best friend. That's really the key. Repeating your affirmations, setting aside time consistently. By that, I mean every day, or perhaps not every single day if you're super busy and one day you just have no time to yourself, that's fine. But I just mean until you get your manifestation, you're persisting consistently, because that repetition is going to start training your conscious and subconscious mind to stop thinking from the old version, and therefore you're just going to naturally start letting go of the old story. And just to let you guys know, that is the only thing you need to let go of. There is no letting go in law of assumption. It's not about giving away your power and it's not the universe bringing things to you. Yes, things in the universe are technically aligning and shifting, and your physical reality experience is shifting, but it's you creating it by focusing on it. You're bringing that experience into your physical experience, if that makes sense. So whether it's the relationship with your SP or money or appearance changes, anything, any manifestation, that already exists, and you are just bringing it into your literal physical experience so that you are living that manifestation. It's yours, but that is only achieved by you focusing on it and deciding, this is now mine. So you're not letting go of it, you're continuing to put in the work until it becomes yours. And that means focusing on the new story, no matter what is coming up about the old story, because focusing on your desire is a good thing. As long as you're thinking from the idea of, it's coming to me, it's already mine, it's happening, it's all unfolding perfectly, anything that would suggest you are either receiving it right now or you have it literally this second, that's a really good thing. That's a positive thing to focus on in manifesting. So if you are feeling triggered and every time you think about your desire and the topic, that area of your life, and you are reminded of the old story, that just means that it's still in your subconscious mind. So if you're getting triggered, it just means the subconscious mind hasn't yet let go of that old story, and it's not an issue, it just means you have to keep working at it. So anytime you are reminded of that old story or something about that someone has said to you or something negative you experienced in the past, assign a positive meaning to the topic. So don't dwell on the negative circumstance, but just the topic itself of, oh, I'm thinking about my SP, for example, assign a positive meaning. Start telling yourself, I have some examples written down that I'll go over in a second, but basically assign and start training your mind to think of it positively. So it's like an automated thought and bodily reaction even of something positive. So every time a topic comes up, get strict on your mental diet, start assigning a positive meaning. If you see, something relating to your manifestation or relationships or career or physical appearance, start telling yourself something positive so you can train yourself to no longer be triggered, because it's absolutely possible for you to, change your habits, change your thought patterns. So here are some examples I've written down. If you see a couple holding hands, because most people are manifesting an SP, you can tell yourself that means you and your SP are reuniting right now. If people are accepted by a school or workplace, and it's something to do with career or school, tell yourself, for example, a notification is coming in right now to confirm your place, to confirm your job application, to confirm that you've got in, you've got the job, you've got the place, whatever it may be. So start assigning these positive birds before land and assumptions, to remind yourself that I also have this thing, I'm not going to be triggered by the old story anymore. I now have this manifestation in my life. Or for example, if you see an Instagram post or social media post in general of someone experiencing your desire, tell yourself you're getting the exact same thing right now. You're getting what you want and this type of experience for yourself right this second. Those are just some examples. You don't have to use those specifically, but those are general ideas of how you can assign a positive meaning. Use your mental diet, not let your mind spiral and get triggered. And if the topic comes in your mind, you say, no, I'm having this positive experience right now. Overall, I want to remind you guys that training your mind can take time. A little bit of time. It doesn't have to take months or even weeks, but just know that retraining your mind isn't going to be an instant change. We don't instantly change the way our brain works, the way our thought process works, especially ingrained with subconscious beliefs. Those beliefs, like scientifically, literally, physically in your body, will take time to get over, and that's just my belief. I'm happy to continue having that belief, whether people think logic is stupid. I don't care. That's what I'm telling you guys. That is the scientific, literal research into how our minds work. So the beliefs will take a little bit of time, and our practices and learning a new habit, all of this builds up over a little bit of time. So don't get frustrated if you're not seeing that instant change and result. You may not see or even feel it initially, but after a couple of times, you'll probably start to experience how things are shifting in your favor. And final point is just to keep persisting every day. Be consistent. Like I said earlier in the video, try and be self-disciplined, put in the effort, put in the work, and just persist every day, no matter what, because the 3D reality is not the objective facts of, you know, your manifestation. You can shift it in your favor. So I hope this video was useful. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, then please do thumbs up and subscribe and turn on that notification bell, and I'll see you next time. Bye.